Hi, good afternoon. So today we are going to discuss about current disruptive behaviors of students in primary school. So now we have Darshini Krishnan. As a primary teacher, I'm sure that you'll be facing the discipline problems among the students in primary school. So the first question, what are the current discipline issues among the students in two distinct subgroups?
All right, so very good day to you. And yes, my name is Darshini. So today I'll be answering your questions, right? So thank you for your questions, your very first questions. So if you ask me what are the disciplinary issues among the primary students, there are many, and the list will go on and I could not stop. But to be very honest, one of the major problems in primary schools, I would say, is that they are disrespecting their adults or among peers. All right. And the second thing I would say is bullying. These are the two major issues that most of the teachers face. I'm not alone in this. And it's a lot of teachers facing.
So the second question will be, what are the factors contributing to the mentioned discipline issues?
Okay, when you see this disrespect and bullies, there are few branches that I would actually share with you on the factors. Firstly, is that the first factor would be the student itself. Okay, but the primary factor of this is actually coming from home. As you know, school is not the only place a child would learn. Okay, a child would learn majorly from home. Education starts at home. So if you don't educate your child to disrespect adults, even among themselves, how would you expect a child to respect your teachers at school? So that's something very impossible. So second thing is bullying. Bullying actually happens because of the differences between students and the group of students they mix in. For example, maybe this student is doing economically or financially a stable student coming from a financially a stable family, whereas the other student is coming from financially a little bit down compared to the other one. So these are one of the major reasons I would say happens bullying. Like everything happens like, oh, you can't afford this, man. You can't afford this. This is also a form of bully among today's kids.
So the next question will be, how would you coping with students in the classroom?
Okay, this is a very tough question to be very honest. To say how am I coping with these students is that the first thing I keep them engaged in the class. Okay, because today's children, I feel that why all these things happen because they don't have enough engagement with their family or maybe not with their peers. So what, as a teacher, what I can do, a little I can do is that keeping them engaged through activities. I make them sit together and do. If let's say I'm identifying this student is going through like enemy issues, with this kind of opposite group. So what I will do is I'll make them to sit together in a group and work in a group. So let them to identify the difference between them. Maybe they can solve it like that, because primary students are no longer kids. They can actually solve issues by themselves. They are enough matured to do so. All they need is a little bit of guidance from the teacher. So second thing I do is to maintain a very good rapport with all my kids. Being their friend is one of the main key, I would say, because today's children, they really need that relationship with the teachers. It's no longer teacher and student, like those time when I used to study, it was more to like a teacher and a student. A teacher has her own level of standing and the student is just below them. Whatever the teacher says, student have to listen. Yes or no, that's it. But today, I think that's no longer applicable in 21st century learning. So what I do is I become their friends. I understand them. I talk to them. If let's say they come to an issue with me, so I will try to sit with them and talk with them after school. So these are the things that I'm doing to overcome this issue.
Okay. So the last question will be, what are the measures the school takes to overcome the mentioned issues?
All right. To say about the school is a little bit tough because like this is something a very personal issue among the students. If let's say it's going to do by the school, what we are doing in our school, we have raised up this issue about the disciplinary problems and everything. So what my school will do is that we are having some campaigns, I would say programs. What is the program is about? Okay, let's say if a child is actually good behaving, have a good behavior in the class, we will surely encourage them with stickers and smiley tags. Okay, it's like a collection, it's like a stamp collection. So the moment you reach maybe a 10 stamps in your book, then we will give you a reward. This actually to encourage children to behave properly. It can be any form of behavior. If let's say yesterday the child was behaving very badly, but the teacher has advised him and today he's behaving in a good way, teacher would actually take a tag to reward him. So this might actually encourage the kids. Besides that, is like my school is like closely monitoring these students by talking to their parents or knowing what is the factor of the child's behavior as such. Yes.
So that's all. Thank you for sharing the discipline issues among the students that you face. So that's all for me. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Hope you have a good day. Bye-bye.
Hi, good evening, ma'am. I'm Shobana Suresh. Today I'm going to interview about current disruptive behaviors of students in primary school. So, do madam like to introduce about yourself?
So hi, my name is Shushmita. So thank you very much for this opportunity to introduce myself as an English teacher. So I'm appointed as an English teacher at SJK Tirawang. So by leveraging my 14 years of experience, so I would be able to contribute highly to help students meet their SMA purpose for everything, and also provide them with a wider view of perception of SMA purpose. So you may ask your question right now.
Okay, madam, thank you. So for the first question, what are the present disciplinary concern among the two separate category of students?
So, well, Shobra, there actually are some of the most typical sorts of disciplinary issues. So, for example, first is disrespect. So, normally kids who talk and act disrespectfully, so towards adults and peers. Not only that, the students also who openly refuse to listen elders, and they maybe obey orders are exciting defiance. They may be also a bullying occurs. Okay, all the schools have bullying cases. So bullying occurs when people repeatedly threaten another frequently to make themselves feel better. Moreover, there's also students become physically or verbally aggressive as a result of aggression. So yeah.
So what are the variables that contribute to discipline issues, madam?
There may be many variables, maybe a lack of leadership on the part of the teacher, the present educational system. Even there's also difficulties in the economy. There's also will be a communication breakdown as a special with parents because as you know, children will keep their parents, okay, 90% 90% of children normally keep their parents as the first idol. So the communication is very important for them. Yeah, and also parents need to spend more time at house, especially to primary school students because they need more attention. There's also a teacher's disruptive conduct. Maybe these are the variables.
So, from your opinion, how teachers are dealing with these students in the classroom, madam?
Based on my perspective of view, first of all, we need to pay attention to children's worries. So it's very critical, it's very, very crucial for instructors, for teachers to listen to their people's problems and also to display understanding and empathy. So we also need to allow their kids to have one-on-one conversation to reconnect the bond between them or also to discuss any problems. Okay, we also need to follow the protection or child safeguarding process place if a youngster reveals information that is particularly troubling them. So we need to listen them and we need to give time for them to explain about their problem. So next is we need to seek ideas from the students on ways to make the classroom more welcome, safe and pleasant. We also need to engage students in making the classroom a welcome, safe and pleasant environment. So when when we're doing so like this, we need to remember to follow school safety rules and also like make use of available material resources lah. So from these, children can make a recommendation, assist paint the classroom walls with colorful, and also like inviting messages, and work in small groups to help each other to catch up on learning. So we also make it clear to them that being supportive of one another will help them get through this together. Okay, there's also another way to keep dealing with the children in the classroom. So it's actually a keep an eye out for any symptoms of kid behavior that is interfering with their capacity to make them explore, play, and learn. So it's very crucial to keep an eye out for changes in your children's behavior. Okay, that's the thing lah. So please, we need to follow the school policy, or we need to seek like further help and direction if we see substantial changes in a student's behavior that continue over time. It will be prohibiting them from functioning or playing. Okay, so as a teacher, we may provide a lot of help if they see a youngster is suffering lah. Yeah.
Okay, for the final question, what are the steps does the school take to address the mentioned issues?
So the steps may be like have a sufficient control procedures. So what I mean is to avoid difficulty, some good control measures are devised. Maybe a cover sheet, for example, so can like assist prevent youngsters from cheating on written tests. For example, such like a system should make it as simple as possible for kids to pick the right thing, while making it as difficult as possible for them to misbehave or make poor judgments. Okay. Okay, next, another procedure, maybe it can help you like maintain student engagement. So the thing is, the more people that participate in events, the less likely to cause difficulties. So make sure causes are dynamic. Okay, we have to make sure that the causes are dynamic and that are passionate about teaching people. So it is preferable to involve people rather than simply give lectures. Okay, we need to involve people as a teacher. We need to involve people to make them concentrate on what we are doing. Yeah. As a result, it would be a prudent to require students to write while lecturing. Okay, it's not necessary to give all the class lecture time. So as a teacher, we won't give lecturing for students all the time. We also give fun learning. Okay, so that people will give more concentration for them rather than giving giving more lecturing lah. And then the last is we need to create a structure. That is a very important thing for the procedure. So students should be taught to work and do their task in an organized setting. So they also should be able to operate in an unstructured setting without losing control once they comprehend the structure. So yeah. Do you have any other questions?
No, madam. Thank you so much for your time. I'm really appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Shobna. So if you have any help, you may search for me or you may ask. Yeah.
Sure, madam. Sure. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So today I'm going to ask you a few questions about classroom management to you. So first of all, how do you handle discipline problems in classroom?
Well, a well-disciplined classroom means more positive learning environment for me. To handle discipline problems in classroom, I will make sure that there are rewards for good behaviors and also punishments for negative behaviors.
All right. So the second question is, do you have certain methods you use to maintain order in your classroom?
Yes, my favorite method for maintaining order in classroom is that call out and response strategy. As a primary school teacher, it is important for me to associate learning and order with fun, so the student want to participate in my classroom.
Sorry. So the last question is, what causes discipline problems in the classroom?
There are many reasons that cause discipline problem in classroom. The most common causes of discipline issues is that in classroom, including problems at home, which can cause a lack of focus. Discipline problem in classroom are more likely to arise if there is a lack of clear communication among teachers and students.
Okay, good evening, sir. I'm Shobana Suresh and my group member, Shobana K. Ravindran. Today we're going to record about current disruptive behavior of students in primary school. So before that, do sir want to introduce about yourself?
Hi Shobana Suresh and hi Shobana Chandran. My name is Rivnesh Rao Analaki Lachmanan. I'm a teacher from a primary school called Sakulaka Bangsa and Klengjaya. So I'm teaching for standard 5 and standard 6. So I think you're here to interview me about some few questions. So can we directly start with the questions, or you just want to refer anything?
No, so we can start. So our first question is, what are the current discipline issue among the students in the two separate subgroups?
To say very simple is, students here are young. They are now only like a beginners. So even though they are standard 5 or standard 6, they are still beginners lah. So the very main issue is their absence. So their class they are not attending because, and even though they get absent, so we understand some situations, they're not even telling what's their problem. They don't even ask permission. And the second thing is they are not respectful lah. So they don't respect the teachers. They are like, they don't lack of attentions. Then they are too playful. We can understand for their age, but still they have to learn more lah. So the next question.
The second question will be, what are the factors contributing to the mentioned discipline issues?
So to talk about the factors, there's only like about few. The main thing is lazy. So even though they are talented or intelligent, they have to put effort. But here some students are lazy. So we have to, as a teacher, we can advise them, but the parents also should take a handle, full attention about their students and the kids. So they have to advise them. And the next thing is, even though how they don't take the studies education seriously, even though they are in a standard, they don't take the education seriously. So that's all I think. So is there any questions more?
The third question will be, how you coping with students in the classroom?
So as a teacher, I can say is it's a very not easy or hard job. We just have to understand the situation of the student. So we have to talk to them. Then we have to know about their situations because they are living in a house more than in a school. So we have to understand their family problems, everything. So that time only we can understand the students. So after we understand them, we can give them like a brainstorm activities. So to freshen up them, like to give them like energetic in schools, so they can have an intellectual brain, so they can think faster and reflect more fast. So that's all.
So what are the measures the school takes to overcome the mentioned issues, sir?
It's too simple to say. The school always, normally schools, they will take a very small, even though a small thing to a children or a student, we see them as very big things. Even though they achieve something, we try to reward them, even though with the small things, even like how to say, like for a celebration on a birthday or something, we cut cakes, like a monthly cake cutting lah for all the students who born in that month. Or furthermore, we can handle, we give productive programs. So like their students get more energetic. They like to attend programs. They don't sleep. We give them advice. So like simple to say, like example, we bring their seniors to talk about their future or something. to learn more about education, about the education system, about your life. So that's all. And sometimes we'll try to contact their parents to tell about their student, like about their kids, about how their achievement, so how you can improve them. So that's all. The main thing, parents have to put more effort. Even though they are busy or something, they have to put a more effort to their children, because that's what will make them show who they are when they grow up. So that's all, Shobna, Suresh. Is there any more question, Shobna, Suresh?
No, sir, that's it. Thank you so much for your time, and we really appreciate it, sir. Thank you.
Fine,
Thanks,
Shobna, Suresh and Shobna K. Ravichandran. Thank you for your nice interview and wonderful questions. So thank you. And I think so you all may learn more about your students. And in future, you can be a great parents too. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.